Hello, everyone, and welcome back, myth lovers. This is Nitin Nair, your host and your guide into the fascinating world of mythology, where ancient tales and timeless legends come to life. Today, we're diving into one of the most beloved and mystical stories from Chinese mythology, the story of the Eight Immortals. Now, in the wide world of Chinese mythology, the concept of immortality holds a special place. The quest for eternal life has fascinated people for centuries, leading to stories of gods, spirits, and mortals who defied the natural order. The Eight Immortals, or Xiang, are perhaps the most iconic group associated with this concept. Each of them embodies a unique aspect of human life and experience, and together they form a powerful symbol of hope, virtue, and the quest for eternal life. But who are these immortals? What makes them so special? What are their stories? And what do they represent? Buckle up as we journey through ancient China to meet these legendary figures. The story of the Eight Immortals begin with their origins, each hailing from different walks of life. They are not gods in the traditional sense, but rather humans who through virtue, wisdom, and sometimes a bit of luck achieved immortality. Let's start with the most well-known of them all, Zhongliwan. Zhongliwan is often depicted as a rotund, bearded man holding a large fan. This fan has the power to revive the dead and transform stones into gold. He was once a general, leading armies with courage and wisdom. However, after losing a significant battle, he wandered into the mountains where he encountered an immortal who taught him the secrets of alchemy and the path to eternal life. Zhongliwan represents the virtues of leadership, resilience, and the ability to turn misfortune into opportunity. He is also considered the leader of the Eight Immortals, guiding them in their endeavors. Next, we have Lü Dongbin, a scholar and a poet often recognized by his sword, which he uses to slay evil spirits. Lü Dongbin's story is one of temptation and enlightenment. He was offered immortality after passing several tests of his character, resisting the lure of wealth, power, and beauty. Lü Dongbin is the embodiment of wisdom and righteousness, and his sword represents the sharpness of mind and purity of heart. He is often depicted as a protector against evil, ensuring that the virtuous path remains clear. Han Xiangxi. Han Xiangxi is the youngest of the Eight Immortals and is often shown holding a flute. A brilliant musician, Han Xiangxi could charm birds from the sky and flowers into bloom with his melodies. He was a nephew of a famous Confucian scholar but chose the path of Taoism, seeking harmony with nature rather than academic honors. His flute symbolizes the power of music and art to transcend the mundane and connect with the divine. Han Xiangxi's story reminds us of the importance of creativity and the pursuit of inner peace. Hangu. The only female among the Eight Immortals, Hangu is depicted as a beautiful maiden holding a lotus or a ladle. She was a simple village girl who, after eating a magical peach or lotus seed, depending on the version of the story, gained immortality. Hangu dedicated her life to helping others, healing the sick, and spreading the teachings of Taoism. A lotus flower represents purity, enlightenment, and the nurturing aspects of life. She is revered as a symbol of compassion, selflessness, and the feminine divine. Cao Guozhu. Cao Guozhu was a member of the imperial family known for his upright character and moral integrity. He was often portrayed with a pair of castanets or a jade tablet. Despite his noble birth, Cao Guojiu renounced his wealth and status after witnessing the corruption within his family. He sought a life of simplicity and spiritual growth, eventually attaining immortality through his virtue. Cao Guojiu represents justice, morality, and the importance of living a life of integrity. His story is a reminder that true nobility comes from within. Tieguai Li. Tieguai Li is one of the most interesting features among the Eight Immortals. Depicted as a beggar with an iron crutch and a gourd, Tieguai Li wasn't always a cripple. In fact, he was once a handsome man who, after an out-of-body experience, returned to find his body destroyed. Left with no choice, he entered the body of a recently deceased beggar. Despite his appearance, Tieguai Li possesses great healing powers and is known for his compassion towards the poor and the sick. His gourd contains magical elixirs, and his story teaches us that true strength lies in the spirit and not in the body. Lan Kai He. Lan Kai He is perhaps the most enigmatic of the Eight Immortals. Often portrayed as an androgynous figure, Lan Kai He is associated with the elements of water and air, symbolizing fluidity and freedom from societal norms. Lan Kai He is usually seen holding a basket of flowers representing the fleeting nature of life. Despite their youthful appearance, Lan Kai He's wisdom surpasses their years. His story is a reminder that life is transient, and true wisdom comes from understanding and accepting this impermanence. Zhang Guolao. Last, but certainly not the least, we have Zhang Guolao, an eccentric old man known for riding a magical mule backwards. Zhang Guolao was an alchemist and a sage who could predict the future and summon spirits. His mule could travel thousands of miles in a day and vanish into thin air when not in use. Zhang Guolao represents the unconventional wisdom that defies logic but holds profound truths. His story encourages us to embrace the unexpected and to find wisdom even in the most unlikely places. Fascinating, isn't it? Each of these immortals represent a unique path to enlightenment and immortality, showcasing the diverse ways in which one can attain spiritual fulfillment. If you're enjoying this journey through Chinese mythology, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and push the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Your support helps us continue to bring these incredible stories from around the world. Now back to the video. Now that we've met each of the Eight Immortals, let's take a moment to discuss their collective significance. The Eight Immortals aren't just a random group of enlightened beings. They represent the idea that immortality is attainable by anyone, regardless of their background or status. Whether you're a scholar, a warrior, a musician, or even a beggar, the path to immortality is open to all who seek it with a pure heart and a virtuous life. The Eight Immortals are also closely associated with the concept of Tao, or the Way, in Chinese philosophy. They exemplify the idea that the pursuit of immortality is not just about physical longevity, but about achieving harmony with the universe, living a life of virtue, and transcending the limitations of the material world. Throughout Chinese history, the Eight Immortals have been revered in literature, art, and folklore. They are often depicted in paintings and sculptures, and even in popular culture today. Their stories have inspired countless generations, and their influence can be seen in various aspects of Chinese culture, from traditional medicine to martial arts. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with a few questions to ponder. What does immortality mean to you? Is it something to be sought after, or is it the journey toward it that truly matters? In a world where everything is fleeting, what would you choose to make eternal? These are the kinds of questions that mythology invites us to explore, and it's not just about the stories themselves, but about the deeper meanings they hold and the reflections they provoke within us. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of the Eight Immortals, and I hope you've enjoyed learning about these fascinating figures as much as I've enjoyed sharing their stories with you. Until next time, take care and keep exploring the wonders of mythology. This is your host, Nitin Nair, reminding you to stay curious and stay mythical.